Friends, today in this video, we are going to learn by which means connection of this contactor can be done with two sensors. What will happen is this sensor I have, if any target comes in front of this sensor, then in this condition, this contactor I have will be turned on. Similarly, this second sensor here, if any target comes in front of this sensor, this contactor will be turned off automatically. So friends, for now, we have to do the connection of this contactor with these two sensors. Before performing the connection, you have to first check that what is the operating voltage of this contactor. Similarly, you have to pay attention to this sensor also. To operate this sensor, how much voltage you need to provide. For now, in this circuit diagram, I am using the contactor which operates on 230 volts. Besides, the sensor which is used here, operating voltage of this sensor is also 230 volt. If I use another sensor here, like if I use the sensor which operates on DC voltage, then in this condition, this sensor cannot be connected directly with this contactor, because operating voltage of this sensor is different and operating voltage of contactor is different. So for now, the sensor I am using here will be operated on AC power supply, and this sensor detects the metal object. I mean, this is a proximity sensor. Besides, there is one more thing in this sensor, that through this sensor, what kind of output signal you get. I have two sensors here, and among these, this sensor here is of NC contact and this sensor is of NO contact. Apart from these two sensors, I am using a MCB also, through which I will turn on and off the power supply. Okay, for all these electrical components, we have to do the wiring. For wiring, I am using Wondershare's eDrawMax application here. Friends, by using the pictures you want to make a circuit diagram, then you can use this eDrawMax software. The biggest advantage of using this software is we can find many different templates here. Like if you work in the field of electrical engineering, so I am clicking on this electrical engineering option. After clicking, many templates with electrical symbol will come in front of you. You can use any electrical drawing easily, whichever you want to use. For now, I want a DOL starter circuit diagram. So we'll search here DOL starter. When I search this, then you can see many symbols are here related to DOL starter. This is a kind of symbol of DOL starter, and this one also. So I am using this one. Symbol is there in front of me and I have to use this. So click here. After clicking on this, diagram will open on the screen. Now in whichever way I want to use this diagram, I can use this easily. Similarly to this DOL starter, here we have to do the connection of contactor. So what we will do is, the phase supply and neutral supply we have, I am writing here phase supply and also neutral supply. Here is the phase supply and we have to connect this phase supply with the MCB. So I am taking the phase supply and connecting with this terminal. Our wire is connected here. After this, take the neutral power supply and connect directly with the MCB. Now at output terminal of MCB, where we get phase supply, from this terminal, connect a wire and connect to this NC sensor. I am writing in front of the sensor that this is NC sensor. So this is NC sensor and this one is NO sensor. So I am writing here NO sensor. Now from this phase supply terminal, connect one wire, and to this sensor we will provide the phase supply. So this phase supply from here, I connected with sensor. Friends, this sensor which I am using here has two wires inside. One wire is of brown color and other wire is of black color. We have to connect brown color wire with this MCB and connect black color wire with the load. But for now, we will not connect this black wire with this load. What we will do is, through this black wire of sensor, we will provide the phase supply to another sensor. For connecting this, I am using NO contact of this. For this, I am taking a wire, connect this wire from here, and to this NO contact here, I am connecting the wire. Now in this sensor, there is a brown wire. Take this wire and to the NO contact here, we have to connect the wire. So from here, connect a wire with the NO contact. Friends, why we connected output wire of NC sensor with the input terminal of NO sensor, let's understand this also. In this circuit diagram here, you can see that from this stop push button, power supply is going to input terminal of start push button. So I have done the same thing. From NC sensor, I connected power supply to this sensor to start. Now I connected wire with NO contact because we have to make holding circuit. Like you can see in this circuit diagram, at the input terminal of this NO contact, power supply is going here. from stop push button also power supply is coming here, and from input terminal of start push button also power supply is going to this point. We done the same thing. We connected other wire of this sensor at this point, and we connected one wire of this sensor at this point. Now the output of this NO contact will be used for holding circuit. Now what we have to do, the other wire of this sensor, I mean the black wire, take this wire and at A1 terminal here, you have to connect the wire with this terminal. So from this NO contact, the output power supply we get, this phase supply is supplied directly to operate this contactor. Now in this contactor at A2 terminal here, we have to provide neutral power supply. From neutral terminal of MCB, connect one wire and connect this wire with A2 terminal of contactor. To turn on this contactor, circuit is now prepared. Now we have to hold this contactor also. To hold this contactor, we have to make a holding circuit. Like if you see in this circuit diagram, then you come to know that the NO contact of this contactor is used for holding circuit. To this NO contact, we already connected the input power supply. Here you can see that to this NO contact we connected two wires. So at this point, the wires we have to connect is done. The output wire of this contact now is to be connected with A1 terminal of contactor. So what I am doing is, with this NO contact, I am connecting a wire, and to the A1 terminal of contactor, connect this wire. Now this contactor here, to turn on and off this contactor through sensor, whole connection is completed. Now understand the concept here, how this contactor will be turned on. If you want to turn on this contactor, then first you have to turn on the MCB. After turning on the MCB, what you have to do, in front of this sensor, you have to bring a metal object. I mean wherever you connect this sensor, and when a metal object comes in front of sensor, then in this condition, our contactor will be turned on. If target near sensor is somehow gone, then also this contactor will remain in on condition because we made a holding circuit also. Now, if we want to turn off this contactor, then in this condition, in front of this NC sensor, bring a target. The moment target comes in front of this sensor, contactor will be turned off automatically. Friends, I am making a PDF file of this circuit diagram and I will provide link of this in description. You can download this from this link. For making PDF file, simply click on the file here. After this, we have to click on export. After clicking on export, we have to select a format. It means in which format we want to save this file. For you all, I am converting this to PDF. I am exporting this single page PDF here. You can see here the quality of PDF is nice. Friends, if you want to make circuit diagram like this, then you also can use this eDraw Max software. This software can be used for Windows, Mac, Linux, and you can also use this online. If you are using for Windows, then click on try it for free. Your software will be downloaded. You can see here your software is downloaded. You can install it and you can use this. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, give like on my video. If you are new to the channel, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching this video.